program may be pre-recorded. It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the James Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I tell you, this is a absolutely magnificent day because we get a chance to celebrate the life, accomplishments, and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. So it's Martin Luther King Day today. In all across America. And to me, this man has, he accomplished so much during his lifetime, even though it was cut short. But he accomplished so much. He set the foundation for many generations to come. Generations from yesterday, generations for today. And we need to understand the legacy that he set and the things that mean so much, not just to African Americans, but I believe, again, American as a whole, and also a great inspiration for the world. Now, as many do not believe that this man is worthy of any celebration that represents what he stood for, what he gave his life for. And I would be the first to tell you that that is wrongful thinking, in my opinion, but that's just an opinion. So, Martin Luther King Day, I'd like to say, my great co-host. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about the show today. It's a celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and legacy.
It's a great celebration, and we got three fantastic guests. Noah, been listening to your show. And we got another fantastic show coming your way tonight. And I just want to say, hey, man, this is what we have to do. We must do this in order to make sure everybody has an equal opportunity and an equal chance to have success in life. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, JC. I'm doing well, and that's what it's all about, making sure that everybody's got that same playing field, my friend.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. Michelle, before I ask Noah to play the first cut, can you tell our listening audience, you don't have to tell them about them at the time, but just let our listening audience know who is the panel for the Martin Luther King Legacy Celebration tonight.
Yes, the panel consists of Dr. Lester Freeman, Charles H. Winfrey, and Gwen Wright.
We're going to tell you a little bit more about each one of them real soon. But before I give my opening remarks, Noah, can we play that first cut, I Have a Dream?
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Wow. I have a dream. And I'm open up with my remarks because as I sit here and just listen to that great speech, which I have listened to it, I say thousands and thousands of times. I just sit back and think about how important today's celebration in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I also sit back and just imagine what type of courage it took for one man to live life by his convictions. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. often talked about he had a dream. In his dream, he believed that one day black American, white American, Asian American, all people, regardless of their ethical backgrounds, religion, or race, could one day live together in harmony. He also said that a man or a woman is not measured by the color of their skin, not measured by their religions or thought that may be different than others. He believed we should all be measured by our character, regardless of whether it's partisan or impartial thoughts. He often mentioned that we should love, not hate. Many organizations in America still do not believe in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream or that his life should be celebrated. Such a pity. I too have a dream that our nation, our world, and all people will continue to grow and continue to be different and make a difference in future generations to come. My dream is I believe that we need to see the shining light in everyone, not whatever they look like in the flesh, not the color of their skin, not what we perceive they should be like or how they should sound. I believe our future generation will learn to love, learn to live, learn to accept each other regardless of the differences in what one might believe. I challenge everybody tonight. I challenge each and every last one of you to have open eyes, set aside hatred thoughts, and learn to accept each other because we are all God's children. I close and I say, I'm so happy to be able to celebrate the achievement of this great man. I learn and I always have love, always conquer hate. And if you want to be part of this great conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, can you explain to our listener audience a little bit about the guests? And we're going to do that real quickly, and then we're going to come back in the next segment and open the show.
Yes. First is Dr. Lester A. Freeman, MD. Dr. Freeman has desired to be a pediatrician since the age of 5. His motivation stems from his fundamental love for both children and pediatric medicine. His daily goals include educating his patients and their families about pediatric health and inspiring as many children and adolescents as he possibly can to become interested in pursuing a career in medicine. Charles H. Winfrey has served as executive director and resident playwright of the Floyd J. McCree Theater based in Flint, Michigan for over 24 years. He's produced most of the theater's productions and has written many of them. He has served as editor of several local weekly newspapers, including the Flint Spokesman, the CBSA Courier, and a local editor of the Michigan Chronicle. He's been honored with a Community Service Award from Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Gwen Wright. She's a writer, director, and actress who started her career at the Caramoo House in Cleveland, Ohio. She's written several screen and stage plays, and her work has been on stages across the United States. She has completed 3 films and has collaborated with filmmakers as a writer and director.
Wow. You know, we got 3 absolutely fantastic panelists. And I tell you, we're going to take a station break because I don't want it to be any break in celebrating this great man's legacy. But when we come back from the break, we really gonna delve off into the legacy, the life, the man of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you want to be part of the conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life. I'm James Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The J.C. Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014. The J.C. Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we are offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we take in supporting our cause. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow, and we rely heavily on the generosity of individuals and business owners for support. Without the assistance of community-minded individuals just like you, we wouldn't be able to serve our youth each year. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. This year's goal is $50,000. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at CooleyFoundation.org. Remember that every donation makes a difference regardless of size. The J.C. Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, the true life coming of age story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep south town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
As a constitutional law attorney, former senior legal advisor and personal counsel to President Donald J. Trump, Jenna Ellis believes in the rule of law and the importance of integrity in our elections. And on the Jenna Ellis podcast, she tackles the big cultural and legal issues facing America. Don't miss a single episode of the Jenna Ellis Show. Follow today at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
Where's that?
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
The Answer San Diego, streaming now on TuneIn.com and Odyssey.com.
It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley, and I tell you, wow, excitement to be able to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King on my show. I wouldn't see it any other way. Because as I mentioned to you in my opening statements a minute ago, he means so much to myself, being able to do the things that I'm doing, being able to bring the messages out, and being able to teach our youth and young adults and future generations to come. So I tell you, if you want to be part of this great conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, you said you had something that you wanted to add on that you were not able to add on during the last segment.
Yes, about Charles H. Winfrey. Just to let the listening audience know, Mr. Winfrey currently serves as a Genesee, Michigan County Commissioner representing the 2nd District. He also serves on the Board of Directors of the Mass Transportation Authority, the Genesee Health System, the Greater Flint Health Coalition, and the Genesee County Board of Health, and the Genesee County Action Resource Department, and many more.
Yeah, and hey, Charles, I know that you are so extremely busy, so I just want to say, just like with Dr. Freeman and just like with Gwen, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to come and share your thoughts on this great celebration of this great man.
And thank you, Brother Cooley, for allowing me to be on the show, to express my appreciation for such a great leader.
Wow. I want to delve deep into this because we got so many topics that I want to talk about. But we're not going to be able to probably get through all 9 or 10 of them. So, panel, I recommend that if you can keep your answers to a minute or less, we can get through most of these topics. So, Michelle, can you tell our panel and our listening audience what 2 topics are we going to talk about in this segment?
Yes, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Wow. And I tell you, the Civil Rights Act, everybody already know that Martin Luther King, Michelle, can you tell them a little bit about that?
Yes, the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Dr. King's actions helped pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 is a landmark civil rights and labor law in the United States that outlaws discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, and later sexual orientation and gender identity.
Wow. So I want to start off with you first, Gwen. Can you tell me what your thoughts are on this act, and what do you believe? Is it working? Do we need to revisit that? Or can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I think I'd like to start out by talking about what Dr. King thought about it. And we are always going to the I Have a Dream speech because it is so profound and it covers so many things. But in the later years, there were a lot of things that Dr. King was disappointed with in terms of the progress and the initiatives that were signed into law. So, for example, I would recommend people listen to his speech on the other America. Mm-hmm. And in that speech, he talks about the things that were put into law but have not actually been practiced. When I listen to his speech about the other America, it applies today. And it is so amazing that 40, 50 years later, what he talked about then and how he was disappointed about the slow progress that took place, it still applies today. One of the things he also mentioned in another speech, he said that in speaking to a group at a college, he was booed. And he said he had to really grapple with the idea of being booed by young people. He said when he went home, he was up all night thinking about it. And he said the I Have a Dream that he had promised and talked about and was looking forward to for the youth and all of America, he said, I realized that it's really a nightmare because it has not materialized yet. So what Dr. King has done for me personally, he has given me a clear view of not only the things that he tried to put into place, but just the reality of how long it's taking. And I ask everyone to go beyond that I Have a Dream speech and look at his later speeches and get a real grip on what his thoughts were and where he was on things like the war. poverty, racism.
Thank you, Gwen. Dr. Freeman, what are your thoughts on the Civil Rights Act of 1964?
Well, it was just an act. It's not really a law. That's why they keep going back to it even today, to try to make it an actual law. It's just an act, and an act can be easily repealed. It was very helpful, but the actual act itself gave people of color some agency in their own life, which is important. But at the same time, to this day, I know a lot of people who've never voted before, who don't believe in voting because of the quality of the candidates that they put in front of us, or how nothing has changed as a result of them and others voting for a particular candidate or for a particular movement or a particular law. So, and I want to piggyback on what the previous guest panelist said, and I would also listen to his other speeches, which are more profound, the ones he made shortly before his untimely death. And I was listening to On the Mountaintop and a few speeches he made just shortly before he was murdered. He was heavily influenced at the end by Malcolm X and other younger student and non-student coalition groups. And they helped change or make more realistic his platform.
Thank you, Dr. Freeman.
Wow. A great answer, both Gwen and Dr. Freeman. Charles, can you tell us what your thoughts is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think, he actually did a lot to pave the way. And I agree with Dr. Freeman that an act has a specific lifespan, and that's what they're debating in Congress as we speak today, to extend, that legislation into the future. But Dr. King awakened the entire consciousness of the nation, with his philosophy and with his incessant, desire to keep the movement in the public eye. The fact that his philosophy was, nonviolent, turn the other cheek. And when the likes of Bull Connors and Governor Wallace and some of those others heaped their violence and hatred upon the civil rights demonstrators, I think that really awakened the consciousness of America, which really gave President Johnson no other choice, but to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Wow, and you're absolutely right, because I don't know if history, and you guys remember history, was Martin Luther King and Andrew Young. Actually went and talked to President Johnson to try to get him to do a lot of his legislation. He said he didn't have the power to do those things. And that's similar to what we are coming up with today, I believe. President don't have the power to do a whole lot of these things. But we have to make sure that our society, today's generation, future generation, understand that we are in a horrible situation, I believe, at this time, especially when it comes to voting rights. And we're going to take a station break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about voting rights, current situation, what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned, I believe, and some of the things that we might need to go back and touch base with reality. If you want to record a conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's Your Life from James Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
There is much truth in a journey that ain't over yet, as all of us journey through life's precious gift of time, just like I have. Hi, I'm James Cooley, host of the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And in the new audio version of my book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, you can join me as I share my true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. This is a must listen to for anyone who thinks they're stuck in life or need to understand that their current situation is not their final destination. Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to be an overcomer, because a bigger, better, and a more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of my book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet on Amazon and wherever audiobooks are sold.
The J.C. Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at CooleyFoundation.org. The J.C. Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hi friends, Marty Schneider, the retirement professor here with some exciting news. There's somebody that I want you to get to know. We're excited to announce that we've added certified financial planner and fiduciary Michael Pugsley to our Mission Valley office. More wisdom, more resources to serve you. We've talked about the three-legged retirement stool for years now. That's your pension, your personal savings, and your Social Security benefits. Well, for many of you, that retirement stool got a little more wobbly recently. Those defined benefit pension plans, well, they've been disappearing, and the personal savings, those actually are the weak link for many people. So this is where it becomes really important for you to understand your projected Social Security benefits, your retirement income, and the amount that you're going to need to save to get the job done for you.
Yes.
Hey, man,
I invite you to come in and see us and leave your checkbook home, but call 800-727-PLAN. That's 800.
Take a second.
Next time you give me more time, but yeah, I already have it queued up, so that's fine.
Diego, the answer.
It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Wow. You know, every time I hear that message, it just brings chills to me. And I hope it brings chills to our listening audience. If you're listening, if you believe in equality, if you believe in making sure that everybody have equal rights and everybody have the same opportunities to achieve their dreams, their children's dreams, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren. Dr. Martin Luther King is the legacy. He set the stage. And Michelle, can you, before I go to the voting rights, can you read a little bit more about Dr. Martin Luther King that we did not get to?
Yes, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a social activist, Baptist minister, and Nobel Peace Prize winner who played a key role in the American civil rights movement from the mid-1950s until his assassination in 1968. Dr. King sought equality and human rights for African Americans, the economically disadvantaged, and all victims of injustice through peaceful protests.
Wow. And in my mind, in my heart, I see how things are today. I believe that we've been set back, I'm talking about from a society, because I believe that it becoming hate, not love anymore. And in order for all of us to have equal opportunity, we have to have equal rights to, example, voting rights. It's so many things that's so screwed up in today's society, and I will say it, that I believe that it's it just turning the tide all the way back to a tyrant society where voting rights, and we had the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which abolished literacy tests, poll taxes, everything that would set up to defranchise African America and people of color from voting. And wow, I thought we had got past that, but it seemed like, in my opinion, and I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican, so I'm an independent. It seemed like we trying to go back, and even further back than that. Right now in America, and I believe we have to do something. We have to stand up and we have to speak our voices, and government is going to do that. So if you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-888-344-1170. Charles, I want you to take the next question, the Voting Rights Act of 1965. What are your thoughts, and what do you think we are today? Are we getting better? Are we going backwards? Or what can we do to make sure that everybody learn to love each other, not hate, and get rid of the partisan politics and just give everybody a chance to do the right thing?
Yeah, I agree. But I also hasten to say I think it's getting better. I think with Donald Trump perpetuating the big lie, I think people of righteousness and people of progressiveness are rallying to the cause to make sure that we beat back that type of behavior, that type of governance. So I think it really reflected in the last presidential election when we turned out in numbers we had not turned out in decades before. So I think it's getting better, but again, we have to be forever vigilant so that the past doesn't come back to haunt us.
Wow. Hey, Gwen, what are your thoughts on that? Gwen?
She's dialed up. I don't know where she is.
I'm here. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
What I wanted to add, I think there is a lot of partisan politics that's really destroying the value of the system. There is a lot of misinformation, a lot of untruths, and a lot of people have lost faith or trust in the system itself for whatever reason. And I think just the idea that January 6th took place and there was an insurrection and an attempt to stop the process, that just says a lot about where we are as a nation.
Dr. Freeman, what are your thoughts?
Like I mentioned earlier about acts as opposed to laws, I think the act was, well intended, but we still need to go further. But the act itself really helped a lot of African Americans as well as other people of color to further themselves and see hope. They really saw for the first time that there was hope for their families and hope for their neighbors and hope for their children.
Wow. And, I'm just hoping America as a whole, black, white, pink, gold, purple, or whatever that is, just learn to live together, understand each other without division or negative thoughts. And one of the speeches that I like and that I speak on is Dr. Martin Luther King. I don't know if you all remember, but how long? He had a vision. He had a vision, understanding, focus that maybe not in his lifetime, but it was going to be one day where we won't have to say how long do we as America have to live apart, that we as America have to value each other based on status or based on wealth, based on this or that. I believe that he wanted us to be able to see a little further than the fleshly views that the eyesight might have, and don't look at ourselves or others as being different because of the race or their skin color or their religion. How long? I believe that we must learn. And I believe that one day we will, maybe not in our generation, but it's going to come. We must learn to love each other, not hate. And we must always live in the great words of Martin Luther King, where he had a vision that he had been to the mountaintop. He was on top of the mountaintop. And that he was able to see down and see a prosper, at least America, that everybody get along. And learn to love each other. And I still believe that that's possible right there.
JC.
Yes.
This is Dr. Freeman.
Yes, sir.
I see a lot of kids and as a pediatrician, and I've noticed over the years that the younger generation is more troubled by racism. When I say troubled, I mean it bothers them. I'm talking about mostly white teenagers, white kids in their 20s. It bothers them more than the white kids in our generation or the generation before us. And I see more couples who are interracially dating or hanging out, becoming friends, actual true friends with people of other races than I've ever seen in my generation or the generation before me. So to some extent, it's coming, the integration that Martin Luther King and his movement tried to push for is happening. It's happening extremely slowly, generation by generation by generation. But each generation is more accepting of differences.
Wow. I tell you, you're absolutely right. And Dr. Freeman, I want to talk about a little bit more when we get back. We got a couple of callers on the line. We're going to take a station break. But when we get back, we're going to take the callers. Noah, don't know if you got time to take us out with this, because I did not give you a cue with another one of Dr. Martin Luther King's messages. But when we get back, we're going to take our callers and we're going to continue this great discussion, the celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King. It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley.
There's more story.
Now, the way I have things queued up, you need to let me know beforehand because it would drown out over the music.
Okay.
It's Cooley. The J.C. Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014.
Okay. And we have one caller. There's only one.
Okay, that's fine.
To the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide.
Our curious.
We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we are offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we...
And she said she wants to specifically talk about voting rights.
Challenges of tomorrow.
Thanks,
we rely heavily on the generosity of individuals and business owners for support. Without the assistance of community-minded individuals just like you, we wouldn't be able to serve our youth.
You think we're going to have time to get to the fourth clip before the end of the show, James, or no?
Donation. This year's goal is $50,000. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at CooleyFoundation.org. Remember that every donation makes a difference regardless of size. The J.C. Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet. The true life coming of age story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep south town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Cultural Marxism is spreading like wildfire in America. It shows up in everything from critical race theory to the LGBT movement to cancel culture. But did you know that this so-called woke ideology is also flooding into the church?
Decide not to be content with merely being a non-racist. Will you decide to make the shift to anti-racism?
The brand new documentary, How the Left is Stealing Your Church, exposes the infiltration of Bible-believing churches and denominations by an anti-God, anti-gospel agenda. From George Soros giving money to Campus Crusade to the Southern Baptist Convention's recent flirtation with critical race theory, you will discover how this false ideology is being smuggled into the evangelical church and how the left is stealing your church. Stream it now for $9.99 or get the DVD for $12.99. Watch on your phone, tablet, or TV. Go to salemnow.com or look for the Salem Now app.
That's good.
That's good.
JC, remember we'll have one more clip, so just let me know if you want it between now and the end of the show. Just text me. It's time to dream big, think big, and be big. It's time for more It's Your Life. Now, here's your host, James Cooley.
Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day with all of God's children. Be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring, and if America is to be a great nation, this must become true.
Wow. I mean, all of the speeches that I listened, I know this is a continuation of I Had a Dream. And just like I mentioned earlier, I have a dream, and I believe And we're talking about Voting Rights Act of 1965. And I believe that for everybody, especially future generations, today's generation, future generations, everybody must believe in the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King had, in order that was inclusive of all people, regardless of background, regardless of race, or regardless of religion, regardless of anything. I believe that that's just a cornerstone and the foundation that politics should not be the judging factor in making sure that people do not have opportunities. And we got a caller. We got DS, right? Young lady, I know her, work with her, absolutely a fantastic young lady. And I think you got a question on voting rights. DS, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
How you doing?
I want to say thank you for... Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm enjoying your show and your wonderful panel. So I just wanted to contribute a quick comment. As far as voting rights are concerned, I don't believe it's getting any easier. I think that it could be streamlined and completely easier than what it is. They're still doing all these things to prohibit and discourage voters. They're making things harder and harder in certain communities. They continue redlining and closing voting stations. They should have a national holiday for the actual voting days. There need to be more early voting opportunities. Like, it could be so much simpler. And there's a reason why they're not making it easier. And that's because they want to control who has access and make sure things go a certain way. That's just my opinion. But I just want to contribute that as far as voting.
I really appreciate that because I still believe that, and maybe I'm the only one that believes that we have an opportunity to streamline things and make it easier and not base everything on politics and the powers or the political party in charge, because then we don't have a free society anymore. And I believe that we are heading down that direction, and I still believe that we all can come together, put aside political views, and just work on world views, work on relationships, work on making sure that, just like I said, everybody get an opportunity to do that. And I want to thank you always, DS, for taking the time to call into the show. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
Charles, with that being said, I want to stay on voting rights right now because I don't want to switch topics. What are some of the ideas? And I know you working with politics, you working at the county commission, you working with people every single day. And what are some of the recommendations that you think that might make it easier for all of us, regardless of your political views, understand that democracy is the key to freedom?
Yeah, Brother Cooley. There are 18 or 19 states that have enacted more restrictions on the ability for voters to cast their ballots because of the great lie that Donald Trump is perpetrating. We just have to keep our foot on the pedal. We have to keep moving forward. We cannot let those restrictions deter us, from where we have to go, to make this country as great as it can be. We just got to keep pushing forward. I'm an advocate of universal voting by mail, but several states have, put further restrictions on the ability to do that. I think that if there was universal voting by mail, the turnout would be a lot greater than what we've seen.
I also want to comment, it's really disheartening to just know that there are people out there who want to discourage voting. I mean, it's our right to vote, and regardless of which side you're on, you kind of think about it, it's like, what kind of a person or persons would want to discourage people from voting and making it harder so their agenda, wins, or the other person's agenda, whether they win or loses. It's a character flaw. It's a character flaw to do everything you can to try to discourage people from voting. It's actually it's disgusting.
I believe.
Yeah,
3 minutes.
Yeah, Charles, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm in total agreement with that. But at the same time, it would even further than that. When you look at the January 6th insurrection, they not only wanted to deny voting rights, they wanted to overturn the entire election.
And I believe that all of that is wrong. And I believe that we need to pull politics out of this. And we need to get back in the hearts of the American people, the world, on doing the right thing, not just because it's a power struggle. Just like I mentioned to you, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican, but I believe in doing the right thing regardless of what that might be. And the insurrection, I totally believe that's what it was. I mean, that's what I believe in my heart. That's what it was.
Exactly.
And I believe that we are still locked into trying to brainwash America and the world to pretend like that didn't happen. Now, I don't know if there was some improprieties in the election. It might have happened, but not enough to overturn an election. And just because you don't like the results, you want to just throw the towel in and just change everything around. And then that's what society seems like it's going. If you don't like the results of something, let's just overturn. Let's place people. Let's do things that's going to always favor one party or another. That's not right. And I tell you, we're down to the last 60 seconds of the show. I want to thank you, Charles, for taking the time to come on the show. I want to thank you, Dr. Freeman, for also taking the time. Gwen Wright, my partner in crime, I love working with you. I'd like to thank all of you all for taking the time. Michelle Cooley, my absolutely fantastic co-host, that she does all the heavy lifting. Thank you so much. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our listening audience for tuning into the show nightly. It's Your Life from James Cooley. And, it's just, we all have opinions. And it's not whether we're right or wrong, but I think everybody needs to share their views if they want to. And I give that platform because it's your life. It's your life and everything you do. So I tell you, thank you all so much. We're always looking for sponsors so we can continue to bring great messages, great conversation, great guests to you on a nightly basis. And I tell you, always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's Your Life. I'm James Cooley.
This was a great show.
I thought it was great.
Amazing.
Yeah, good one, bud.
Hey,
what about James? How you can support the show or become a guest, visit CooleyFoundation.org. Join James weekdays at the same time for.
Hey, just because it's not MLK Day, I'll keep them up. If you want to play any of them or the last one that you didn't play in the coming days, you can still play it.
Yeah, let's keep them locked in.
Learn how to dream big, think big, and be big.
I'll just keep them there for at least the next couple of weeks if you want to dive back in.
Okay, man. Hey, really appreciate this.
So I invested in one of those fancy new...
Yeah, glad it turned out like you wanted it to.
very special tool to help me get healthier.
Not exactly how I wanted, but
3 days go by.
my
then
point,
4,
my message, and I tried to keep
and
you
then it's night 5.
abreast
and I'm
of what
sitting
we
at the
was going to
kitchen
talk
table,
about.
and I
So
look down at
wouldn't be
myself,
any
and I can't
disruption
help
or
but just
any
laugh.
surprise.
Because there I am, wearing the exercise.
So,
No, we're good. We're good.
Eating 2 corn dogs.
Hey, I'll talk to you in a minute.
I think we'd all agree, the special.
All right, buddy.
Only.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, pull that. Hey. That was an absolutely fantastic show, and I believe that we need to do more shows and talk about these topics a lot more, because today's society, to me, I don't know about anybody else, but it seems like we are drifting back past the 60s. We're drifting back to the 1800s. For as let's turn the tides back. And maybe I'm the only one that's feeling that way, but I feel it in my heart that this ain't right. A lot of things that's going on, and then there is nothing that we can do other than voice our opinion and get others to understand what's happening. And Charles, what are your thoughts on that? Charles, Michelle, do you have the panel?
Yeah. I told him to turn his Zoom volume back up.
Hey, Dr. Freeman, what about you?
Charles, turn your Zoom.
When are you there?
Charles, turn your Zoom. Let me send a message.
Just go to it and hey, Dr. Freeman, can you hear me?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? It seems like everybody else got their volume turned down. They still locked on the radio.
My thoughts on, well, I think that
You want me to stop this?
things are getting worse politically.
Stop it.
And because a lot of people